7. Day 5 footage. I woke up, crying and sweating. I was completely drenched in sweat. This dream felt surreal. It took me some moments to regain my composure. My breathing was unsteady and fast. If I don't calm down fast, I might have a panic attack. Calm down. It was only a dream. A very, very bad dream. Breathe. It took me good 15 minutes to calm myself down. I was still drenched, and I needed a bath quickly. I stood up and went to get my common bathroom. Nobody was there or awake. After I finished showering, I head back to my room and looked over to the clock, only to see that it was 6 a.m. It is still too early for this bullshit. I had 12 hours until the real game would be starting and I was nearly done preparing. One last check over before I look over the spy footage. I need to know if Kachan was foolish enough to not share the rules and the others foolish thinking that I couldn't defeat them alone. Well, I have my special plans for everyone. Depending on how much effort and how much they are linked with my past, I might spare them from a little fun. Okay, let's see. First off, spending around estimated 2 hours reviewing my plans for each person. They need to be flawless and I need to know them without my notebooks. And that's what I did. It took me exactly 2 hours. I had a plan for each and every person. Now all that I need to do is destroy my notebook so that the heroes won't find them. After all, I will be in the war zone 14 hours earlier than the heroes. Best way to destroy it would be burning it. How can I do that without anyone noticing? I know I will be training later and doing some parkour. I can bring it outside and burn it in some ally. Next, I need to go through all the weapons I will be using or I am planning to use. Let's see my little to-do list I have in my notebook. Shinso's capture weapon. Explosives. I know that they will be providing me with these since I explicit told Nezu I wanted to use some. C4. Weapons. I ordered all my weapons and Mai did them for me, so yeah, that all done. Special bullets. Paralyze bullets and blood bullets. Quirk suppressing cuffs. Daggers and a special blood knives. Special grenades. Sleeping gas grenades and of course blood grenades. Costume. I love the new costume. Can't wait to use it. Villain name. Usagi the Killer Rabbit. At least I didn't forgot something. Okay, I probably should get going, I don't have all day. I quickly took some training clothing and hid my precious notebook in the scarf inside the bag. I went out to find Aizawa to tell him I would be practicing some parkour at the training center and head out. Time skip. 4 hours, provided by a sleeping caterpillar. After I trained some parkour and perfected my usage with the capture weapon, I was sure I was ready. On my way back, I bought a matches and candle. Don't want to look suspicious. I also got some oil and some food, some apples, candies and a sandwich. I quickly paid for the few things and head to the abandoned part of the city. Needless to say that after finding this abandoned building and training there for 4 days, I knew that nobody would be in there. Since I already trained there, I might as well go there and burn the evidence. It was a better plan than just start a fire in an ally in broad daylight. Therefore, I head there once again and looked for a place where I could burn it without anything else to catch fire. Luckily, for me, this whole building was nearly empty and it had concrete floors, so I went to a corner and took my book and the oil out. One last glance at my notes and then drenching it completely in oil. Here comes the dangerous part. I needed to be fast after lighting the match and throwing it. Oil is extremely flammable. I don't want to mess this one up and get my things or myself burned. First, I took my reminding things and went to the opposite way a few meters to put the rest of my things down in the reminded oil. I also paid attached to not make trail with the oil on the floor. After that's done and all my other things were secured, I got the match out and powered one for all with 15% in order to escape fast. I lit the match and throw it on my notebook, which was on the floor. The moment I let the match fall, I jumped back a few meters and watched the whole thing burn. I needed to ensure that everything was burned to ashes, so I stood there and took my food and began to eat while watching it burn. It took half an hour until it burned out, and by that time, I didn't need to worry about eating my lunch anymore since that is done too. I took my things quickly and left quietly. Time skip to the dorms. Provided by a screaming dandelion. Nobody saw me entering the dorm. I was glad at this point that nobody would be pestering me. I went up the stairs instead of using the elevator in order to prevent meeting someone and head straight to my room. Once I entered the room I immediately looked at the time. It was now 1 p.m. I took out my phone and looked at the footage worth 4 days. A.N. I put some between the footage in order to separate Izuku's thoughts. Day 2 footage. Kachan's drone. Some of my classmates were asking if he had some plan and what the rules were about. A plan? A plan. Do I look like I need a plan to capture that stupid Deku? Now fuck off you extras. He then began to do his thing but didn't train nor plan anything that day. Class 1A's drone. All of my classmates were having fun together, either watching a movie or playing some game. Neither of them trained that day either, and they only asked Kachan once about his plan. Class 1B's drone. Same thing like Class 1A. Only that Shinso was doing some training with Aizawa like every day. I can't believe that they didn't plan anything. What frustrates me most is that nobody was training except Shinso. I sure hope that they did train on our 3-day of preparations. Day 3 footage. Kachan's drone. No training. No planning. Neither Class 1A nor Class 1B bothered him after they tried to ask him on the second day. Class 1A's drone. They were forming some small groups and training group attacks for about 2 hours and called it a day. Class 1B's drone. They were doing some brainstorming on how one person could win this exercise and concluded that I was doomed to fail. Then they split up into smaller groups and also trained about 2 hours. Some were doing individual training as well. Well, I didn't expect anything else from Kachan. My class is stupid for not training properly, but I am glad about it. This means I will be having so much fun with them, plus it would be easier on me. Class 1B did at least some brainstorming, but that conclusion. I wanted to go a little bit easy on them, but nope. Not anymore. Let's see what they did yesterday. Day 4 footage. Kachan's drone. Some training. That's good, but of course no group training, no strategic, just pure strength training. Class 1A's drone. They were now taking it a little bit more serious. They trained in the same groups like the day before, which means they will be probably also doing the same groups to try to catch me. But again, they were doing only some hours of light group training. There was no planning, no strategic meeting, nothing. Class 1B's drone. Class 1B did the same as Class 1A. By the time I was finished watching these 3 days worth of footage, it was already 5 p.m. I can't believe they didn't plan anything at all. They didn't even communicate with each others. How do they think on beating me? I sure hope they did something today. Otherwise I don't see any hopes for them. Day 5 footage. Kachan's drone. Again, some training, no planning. Class 1A's drone. Some individual training and some group training. Same groups. 1. Ashido, Kaminari, Asui, Koda, Kirishima. 2. Ojiro, Shoji, Sato, Shiro, Aoyama. 3. Ida, Uraraka, Hagakure, Yaoyorozu. 4. Shinso, Jiro, Tokiyami, Todoroki. 5. Bakugo. After training they were all sitting together in the dorm and talking about the event. Well, all except Shinso, Todoroki and Bakugo. Asui. What do you guys thinks? What will Izuku do? Ribbit. Aoyama. What can he do? He's alone. Shiro. I don't think he has a chance either. Uraraka. Do you think he has a plan? Ida. He certainly has one. Kirishima. We are talking about Izuku. He always has a plan. Kaminari. I wouldn't worry too much, what can he do? All of us in Class 1B against one person. There is no chance that he can do anything. Yaoyorozu. I don't know guys, I have a bad feeling about this. Hagakure. Well, I do too, I mean poor Izuku is fighting on his own tomorrow. Uraraka. Okay, then let's go easy on him guys. Let's capture him without much fighting. Asui. I don't think this will be possible. We all know what he is capable of doing. Ribbit. Ida. This also wouldn't be fair. He wanted to have a challenge and we as his friends should accept that. Class 1B's drone. Some individual training and some group training and also some more trash talking about me. Same groups. 1. Awase, Kaibara, Tetsu Tetsu, Honanuki. 2. Kamakiri, Komori, Monoma, Rin. 3. Kuoroiro, Shiozaki, Shishida, Yanagi. 4. Kendo, Kodai, Subaraba, Bondo. 5. Shoda, Tsunotori, Tokage, Fukidzai. I had enough. I can't believe what I was watching. Nobody thought that I could win this. Well, they are all wrong. I will prove them all wrong. After this, they will be having nightmares for sure. I will become their nightmare. I am furious to say that at least, but I will have my fun with them for sure. By the time I was done with all the footage, I quickly grabbed the capture weapon and wrapped it around my torso. Nobody should know that I have it, and I can't risk Shinso being in the game without it. Not a second after I finished hiding it, I hear a knock on my door. I knew that it was Aizawa and that he would bring me to Warground. Little did I know that it was a whole little city. 8N. Here is a list of names. Note: Izuku is in Class 1A but isn't in the picture because he isn't in the heroes team.